Ooh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to When Moon Trading. I'm a day late. It's Monday. It's not Sunday, but here we are. We're going to update everybody on what's going on. Bitcoin, just a little tease here, but this is a position I'm in, and we're going to go over this in a second. Lots of things have been happening, guys. First things first, I'm a shill. I'm a bought and paid for fucking shill. Here we are. We are officially an affiliate for BLOFIN. Basically, what this means is, I think if you join, use my link, you get money, you get cash back. I make more money. We all win. Most of you probably already have an account, so don't even fucking worry about it. It is what it is. It's just nice that my hard work is finally starting to pay off and I'm being noticed. So that's the most important thing. I don't care if I make money from you guys or not. It means shit to me. I just want us all to get rich and live on an island somewhere, right? So that's cool. So if you're not following me yet on Twitter, go over. It's at Realistic Read. Search When Moon, and this is where I update everything. This is where I post for the most part. I'll try to make a couple posts a day. Yeah, and Arb, if you guys know, been following. Arb has been a little baby of mine for a while, but yikes, man. This past month, maybe 3 weeks here, has just been absolute shite. We had that 10 wins in a row. Where was it? Yeah, right here. We had 10 wins in a row, and since then, since May, it's kind of been sideways, guys. It's kind of been sideways. So it's a little unfortunate, but it's going to pick up eventually. When Bitcoin decides to break out here and trend, like everything's going to, all the bots are just going to print money. So it is what it is. You got to stick with it. I do need to update. Why is my thing lagging? There we go. I do need to update on my portfolio here. So here's what we're going to do. First things first, we're going to update this, the R bot. Okay. Because I did say every Sunday I was going to update it, and I lied. So here we are. We're going to update this right now. As you can see, not all bots are profitable. I'm testing a lot of stuff out. Not a lot of money. I put in like $100 in most of these. Okay, so the one we're looking at right now is this guy. We're in a closed trade. We're up 55%. Okay, since 529. So a little over a month, we're up 55%. Not the worst, not the best. We're only using 25% of margin, so obviously if we were using 100%, we'd be up a little bit more, but it is what it is. So 113.74, so let's update this. So we dropped since last time we updated. That's a shame. I'm missing a 1 there. All right, so hey, we're still up $400 US, and my oven just went off. So that is what it is. The one other thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is this one right here. This was on the near strategy. I have since deleted it. Okay, I just updated it. We lost about $5. Okay, so last week we were down about 80. It had a couple wins. I'm gonna delete this because I'm not a huge fan of that strategy. And what I actually ended up doing is I put $600, and I called it complete idiocy. So here's what I did, guys. All right. I made an account. I'm not going to show the account because I'm going to update it once a month. I really need to ignore it and not pay attention to it. And what I did was simply this. I took my 4 best bots. I spent some time the other day and I did what I do, and I put all the trades since January 1st in an Excel sheet. And so what I did is I took my 4 best bots. Okay, so one is ARB, which I'm using as a copy bot. Another one is BB. I'm also using as a copy bot on my When Moon 2. Psy, and Pepe. These are the 4 best performers in terms of percentage. And what I found was I found their best leverage. So for example, Pepe 13x leverage was its most profitable. But as you guys can see here, like a loss could be 51%. This is assuming 100% margin every trade. It's risky. It's stupid. It's kind of gambly. But you know what? The math works in the end. So what I did was I took $150 and spread it over those 4. So that equals $600. So we set that up a couple days ago. I'm not going to touch it. I think once a month I'm going to look at it, maybe every 2 weeks if I get curious. But I'm using 100% margin at its best leverage. So for example, BB is 12. This updated ARB is 14x leverage, which is going to be a fucking roller coaster. I'm not going to lie, especially if you have 5 losses in a row here. So that's what we're doing. And just have a look at that right now. So this is ARB. Okay. I'll show you BB. Yeah, so you can see where I started my copy account. We're in a trade right now. It's about to hit take profit. Hopefully it hits take profit here. What was the other one? Psy, which is this guy, I believe. Load faster. All of these are private, by the way. These are not shared anywhere. These are my own. Myself and a few friends, we created the strategy. So I'm not going to be uploading these. These are going to be for my personal use, for now, anyways. So they're not going to be uploaded to the David Tech site, which is you guys can find here. This is where I started off. I still use this. I'm still grateful for these guys. David, he's had me on his. He's had me on Binance Square and stuff before, which is hilarious because Binance is banned from Canada where I am. So I couldn't even like create my portfolio on Binance. And here's Pepe. Okay, so these are the charts. Very risky. But again, in the long run, I'm confident, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's what I did with $600. And what I also did, so that was not the money from here. What I did with this is I'm going to be trying something new. I like the idea of copy botting. The one thing I don't like, and that's what's happening with my account right now, is I'm not a huge fan of, a lot of people followed me after this peak here. A lot of people followed me right around here when I had 400%, 300% profit. This is where the majority of people were following me. And since then, it's just been chop. Like we're down probably, I don't know, 15% or so since then, depending when you get in. You can see the trades here and it's very choppy. And again, set it and forget. This is what I tell everybody. If you're going to follow me, if you're going to copy trade me, set it, forget it, ignore it. I have money on this, as do the people following me. In the long run, I'm confident. Once we have another winning streak, like this is going to look like nothing. We're going to be up, 1,000%. So I'm not too worried, but it is what it is. And what I decided to do is I also have a BitGet, which link in the description below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a copy trading, but this is going to be manual copy trading on BitGet. I'm pretty confident I'm a good trader. I know I can do it. Again, with own risk, don't copy me if you can't afford to lose, right? This was just a test to see if it worked. I did a couple weeks ago. But anyways, I threw in $500. So that's what we have right now. I don't know where you can see it. Oh, here, over here. So $500 are in it. And this is going to be manual trading. And I'm just going to quickly show a few of the strategies. So it's mostly going to be based off of bots, right? So one is like ADA, Cardano here, which has been an absolute beast the last couple of weeks. We had 4 losses in a row here. But I'm going to be using like 10 to 20% of margin for each trade. So it's not going to be as risky. It's not going to be a roller coaster like this one, like the ARB. Okay, this is going to be a lot more smart, I guess would be the right word. So that's one of them. Another one I would be using is Rune. I'm not going to show them all here, but come on, baby. Oh, you prick. It's not going to load. So these are all going to be based off of bots, but higher time frame bots with higher win rates. And yeah, we're going to try copy botting manual trading though. I like copy botting. It's another way to make, to make profit and get yourself known. So this just had 2 losses, but overall it's a 71% win rate. Okay, so we're gonna use that. The other thing I'm gonna use, and this is the trade that you see around the screen here, is this is my divergence strategy. So anybody who's an OG of mine, have been watching for my videos for a year now, one of my favorite manual trading strategies is a divergence strategy. Very simple on the 15-minute time frame. A divergence is RSI. In this case, it's making a higher high, or a higher low, sorry. So a low, a higher low, while price was doing the opposite, right? So you had a low and then it made a lower low. So this is a bullish divergence. So essentially you wait for, the bullish divergence to print. You get in. And what I do, this is not the proper way to use Fibonacci. I use Fibonacci to set a take profit and a stop loss, right? So I take it from the most recent high down to the low, and I take profit of the 618, okay? So this would be the trade, which I will show you right now, is the trade I'm currently in. Now, I'm not going to be using 50x leverage on my copy botting. I'm going to set it at 15x, I believe. And I'm just fucking around. I got $150 in here, or $175. I'm just fucking around with it. But as you can see, there's my entry, okay? Not the best entry. I didn't get right at the bottom, but I got in. So I entered right at first with like 30%, and then I entered again with the rest. And there's my take profit, 108,420, which coincides with basically the Fibonacci there, okay? So that's what I'm going to be doing over here on the copy bot on BitGet. So again, just, link to my portfolio in the description. I can't figure out how to change my anything, although I've been screwing around with this a little bit, and it's actually kind of neat. So you guys can go to BitGet. It's a much bigger exchange than BLOFIN, and you could like compare copy traders. So you can take mine, you can add another copy trader and compare each other to see how you do. So that's kind of neat. So this is going to be cool. I'm excited for this. I'm a little nervous. I don't really like manual trading, but again, I set my alerts up. I'm confident in my skills, and I'm only going to take trades that make sense to me, right? And, you know, it might be 1 trade a week. It might be 5 a day. Who knows, right? So if you want to follow along, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tick the little bell. Follow me on Twitter. Everything I'm going to be talking about is going to be on Twitter, okay? At Realistic Read. And I hope to hear from you guys. And this is where you can reach out to me. Send me a message, and that's where I'll get back to you guys, all right? So appreciate it. Love you all. Peace.